YouTube, what it do, man. Y'all know the motto. If y'all can, go over there, hit me with a like, which is a thumbs up, and that'll let me know we sending our stuff. This right here, homie, I had a past viewer comment, and then me and the homie was cutting it up with a homegirl, and she was like, tell a story that we all heard in the turf. No matter if it's true or false, we heard this story, and maybe we should send it. So bam, I'ma start it like this, homie. This is a story about the homegirls messing with ops back then, homie. And back then, it ain't like how it is now, homie. Real acceptable for us to date and have dealings with other neighborhood communities and different gangs that we didn't used to associate ourselves with, homie. So at these times, homie, like I said, it ain't social media. It's just visual eyes and gangsterism, homie. And what I mean by visual eyes and gangsterism, that mean if we slide to the east side, slide in different homies' hoods, and throughout these commutes to the different homies' hoods, you will see different cars, like enemies will see our cars, we'll see dude cars, homie. And sometimes we'll get a good visual and recognize these cores, homies. Like, okay, these are these rip cores, homie. And the rips will do us the same way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Them blood cores, homie. And I didn't have SA homies tell me the same shit when they was banging tough, how they used to catch the visual and be like, and knew who different SAs was coming through their hood from different vehicles, homie. Because it was common for us to drive our vehicles, chunk the B up, Crips would chunk the C up, and all that out of our vehicles back in them days, homie. So bam, anyway, homie, to dig into the story, dog. The homie tell me they on a block that day, homie. They on a block that day. Everything running smooth, homie. The homegirls is out there, homies is out there, and they had, threw some meat on in the back of one of the buildings homies was hanging at. And by the way, that was a new street we was setting up. So, homies, back then you could set up these streets, you could meet somebody, you can throw meat on the grill, you could damn near feed a whole building. Back then, people, kids, and regular civilians standing in the building, you could show love like that. And everybody would take to the homies and really wouldn't look at nothing like no big threat, no big deal. Homies had mannerism. So anyway, the homie said they didn't throw some meat on the grill. They blowing. He let me know how he cracked the dice game, and you know what I'm saying, shit like that. And just telling me about the festivities that's going on while niggas is hustling and hanging and shit. So he say the homegirls, two homegirls, he say they whispering the whole time, giggling and whispering, and playing with their little Verizon phones and shit. Playing with their little Verizon phones, homie. So the homie say they wind up slithering off, filtering off, getting on. So he say, he ain't thinking nothing of it. Them the homegirls, they giggling, doing, he figure they got something going on, they doing their thing, they women's, homie. So he say the homegirls filter off, bam. That the homies is still out there. He said he wind up going to LA, making a couple little runs, coming back. So he say now it's dark, homie. Time is dimming down. It's getting dark. And the homies, then reemerge back on the block thick. Homie, a gang of, he described it's a gang of riders. He naming a gang of reputables. So I'm like, damn, homie, I know it was cracking. I know it was on. He describing all the homies and shit, cause back then, you be like, homie, who all on the block? The homie tell you, be like, nigga, it's popping, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Numbers is up, head busters is out there and shit. And he like his other homegirls out there too that soldierized and rided up and shit. So everybody functioning, homie. So he say since this a new block we setting up, and at this time it's kind of a little friction with the Crips in the 90s and shit. So, dudes is sometimes we'll get on these blocks and you will have some homies wherever the spot building is at. And then you will have up the way, it might be some other homies just hanging out in case something come hit the homies and try to get on. It's a buffer in between that. And the homies a lot of can catch whoever tried to attack the homies. So anyway, he's saying homies is all out there lounging, homie. So remind you, he was in the hood earlier once the homegirls left, hung out and all that, and he get on. So he coming back. So he say he in the turf, and this is what I say about the visual and just the gangsterism. So everybody on the turf hanging out, homegirls, homies, and everything. And back then in my turf, even if you was a homegirl, female, or whatever at one point in time, we was pushing the line. Like, everybody got to hold the heat for like 20 minutes, homie, 25 minutes, and pass it, homie. So it was homegirls, homies, homegirls, and the homegirls wasn't giving no lip about it, homie, you know what I'm saying? Homegirls wasn't giving no lips, homie. We had jungle homegirls over there, 20 homegirls over there, swine homegirls over there, just different homegirls. And they had to hold heat. Homegirls you'll see today, you'll never think they was in the hood holding heat and had to participate like homies. So bam, the homie say everybody on the block, homie. He say this car come through. So just a fresh block. We filter. Sometimes when blocks get hot, like I said, we'll filter. So the homie say he's sitting on a car facing traffic with his ankles crossed. If anybody familiar from the hood or just regular and know, if you sit on the hood of the car and cross your ankles, you kind of sitting up. His feet is off. He said his feet is off the thing. He's sitting off the car, off the ground. I mean, he's sitting off the car, so his feet got height up off the ground. Niggas just be sitting like that, feet dangling, eating on chips and shit like that. So he say he fading some food and shit. And he say he seen a car shoot by that he had seen in LA before. So he said, tell the homies, like, watch that car. That's how I be in the hood. Like, if you in the hood, homies thick hanging out, and cars be coming through, you will yell, hey, watch that car, homie. So the homie yell out, watch that car, homie. So he said he's sitting like, damn, I seen that car. He like, blood, I beat that car before. This what he just saying about the story. Like I said, we don't know if it's true or false. I'm just serving some of this history. So bam, he tell me, yeah, watch that car. He like, blood, I beat that car. So I had beat that car somewhere. So bam, the car come back. The car must have had circled back through and came back through. So now in hood principle, how we do it. Okay, the homie just yelled, hey, watch that car. So now the car come through again. It was a little tactical shit we'd look for. If they still got their windows up, they ain't gonna bust with windows up. So the car still had its windows up on the second go around. Homie. So bam. The homie said they lounging like 20, 30 minutes later. He said, the car don't come back. It's clear for like 20, 30 minutes, homie. So now the third time, homie, in hoods, homies, people, Crips, blood, S. You see that car 2, 3 times, homie, and it look like now the homie telling me he visual back in on it, like, nigga, he seen that car in LA in Rip Hood. Like he was, detouring, taking care of his business. He seen that car. He was like, homie, that's a Rip car, homie. So bam. He say he lounging 20, 30 minutes later. You know what I'm saying? Homies all out there and shit laughing. Another dice game strike up. He say all of a sudden, homie, that car come back through. And now, like I say in these hoods, homie, this the third time that the homie done visual in. He got the recap of what his car come in at. So now he's saying now it's on. So he say the car come through, homie. The car come through, homie, moving kind of slow. He out in the front. Niggas used to shoot dice games straight on sidewalks and shit. And homies would be looking out, paying attention, and like I said, spread it out. So he said that car come through, homie, and go up towards the middle of the block. He said the brake lights come on, the car door sprang open fast, and he tell the nigga, get off. And somebody get off. No, 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 no. Said the car skirt off. He hear a broad scream. Like she damn near got dragged. So he like, damn, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? So the car speed off and all that shit, homie. He like 20, 30 minutes later, you know what I'm saying? He come, the homegirls come filtering down the block. One of the homegirls come down the street, all hysterical down the block and shit. And I'm like, screaming and shit. Y'all shot Whoopty Whoop in the ankle. Y'all shot Whoopty Whoop in the ankle. And he like, bitch, what you mean? Ain't nobody shot shot y'all bitches. What the fuck is you talking about? Whoopty Whoop. We was in that car, Whoopty Whoop. And so he say he recapping. He was like, y'all was in them is Rips and you tell the truth. So he get on the hunger. She was like, yeah, we didn't know. Yeah, them is Crips. We didn't know y'all was gonna be on the block because we was just transitioning and we didn't know it was gonna be all like that. We was trying to get out the car. And so the homie, like, you know what I'm saying, gave her the fifth degree, said about doing that shit, you know, you could lose your life, get somebody else life took, and motherfuckers will be looking at you like you set somebody up to get killed. You know, he fifth degree there on this shit and the homegirl on this shit. But that was just a lesson for the homegirls not to be bringing enemies into our hood or into other hoods because dudes gang bang out their car. So you like to be in another blood hood, another jurisdiction, and get took down due to who you hanging with and associating yourself with. And I remember that shit going around the hood. Like I said, sometimes we have missed these events, but like I said, I heard about the event, and like I said, whether if it was true or false, I did hear homegirls talking about don't do this, don't do that. They had started putting more cautious and awareness on how they conducted their business and who they brought through the hood and shit like that, homie. Nowadays it's different, you know what I'm saying? Time changed, you know, thankfully things didn't change, homie. So homegirls to kind of like, you know, associate with who they want to with no big frictions. And a lot of the homies that choose to associate with rip females can kind of do that with no problems, homie. But back in my time, you had to be a rider motherfucker to have either a Crip girlfriend that was kind of banging or a Crip girl, and the homegirls, even if they was riders, they was, like I said, they was more private and had more discretion on how they did their thing for it won't affect the homies. And then they knew back then it was a lot of homies that was a fool, homie. So homegirls didn't really have a whole lot of leverage if they weren't out here playing like how the homies would to do what they wanted to do. If you were just like a groupie homegirl staying in the turf trying to just hang with homies and shit like that, and you was trying to just do your thing, that was getting shut down, homie. You know what I'm saying? But 89 on G stuff, not Ye stuff, and I'm just sending it on an incident on a homegirl's mistaken identity for being in the wrong vehicle with ops coming through the turf, homie. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something for the homegirl to take heed to. Even though time can change, you still gotta be, you know what I'm saying, understanding and have love for your homeboys. Even though you know y'all got it like that, y'all kind of down and shit. It's still homies that take the shit different kind of ways, homie. That been through shit, homie. So the homegirls that's just doing their thing out here, just have discretion on how you move around the homies, because certain homies move different, homie. You know, we don't know everybody. Homie might snap out. So yeah, 89 on G stuff, not Ye stuff, and I'm out.